Happy 12th day of December, everyone. My name is Sarah. Welcome back. Today we are going to be summoning the ghost of Christmas past and making thumbprint cookies. The ghost of Christmas past is partly tradition and partly some memories of my sister. Thumbprints were her all-time favorite cookie. She would sneak in and steal them until there were none left at Christmas, and there were years where some of us never even got a bite of a thumbprint. And when she finally moved out of the house, she would call every day from December 1st to December 25th to find out what kind of cookies, cakes, pies, candies we were making. Christmas was her all-time favorite time of year, just because of cookies. So I hope you're ready for this little jaunt down memory lane with me. And wash your hands, grab your gear. I will see you all in the kitchen. Now you want to make sure that your Christmas lights are a-glowing. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Alright, we are going to grease our cookie sheets this time. If you don't want to grease your cookie sheet, you can probably get away with using parchment paper. I have never tried it. I've always done it this way. The ingredients you're going to need for the summoning ritual are 1 cup of softened butter, 1/4 cup of packed brown sugar, 1/4 cup of granulated white sugar, 2 eggs separated, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 cups of flour, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and pecan meal. First, let's separate the eggs. The shell was rather thin on that one. Either that or I'm stronger than I thought. I didn't want to have to separate the eggs with my bare hands, but that's okay. Okay. I'll try to be a little more gentle with this one. Now the yolks are going to go into your cookie dough, but don't run away with the whites. We need them later. So you're going to use a bowl of great significance. For me, it is a large yellow Pyrex bowl. My mother used one just like this, and her bowl never had a moment's rest throughout the entirety of Christmas. She made every single cookie dough, every, cake batter, every bread dough, everything was made in this bowl. Trying to expedite the process. Sadly, the original bowl was broken, But over the summer I found this one in an old antique shop up north. I couldn't have been happier. So, let us begin. First thing you're going to want to do is beat together your butter and sugars. Until they are fluffy. Now we're going to beat in our egg yolks and vanilla until it's all combined. Now we're going to beat in the salt and flour. Next part of the process is to take out those egg whites and give them a light beating with a fork. And take some of that pecan meal and lay it down on some wax paper. Now take a 1-inch size ball of dough and roll it in your egg white. Ugh. This is always the worst part of the process, in my opinion. And now cover it with pecan meal. And put your completed cookie ball onto your greased cookie sheet. I prefer to roll the dough in egg white with one hand and in the pecan meal with the other, so I at least have one fairly clean hand that is not covered in gooey egg. I add that summoning the ghost of Christmas past can be well aided by blaring Feliz Navidad on a speaker. I don't know why, but it always seemed to draw her out. So now we are going to bake these cookies for 5 minutes. They won't be done after 5 minutes. That is just the next step of the process. So after 5 minutes, we're going to get those cookies out of the oven for just a moment. Very careful, they are really hot. Now this process is typically done with a thimble, but for the sake of tradition, we're going to be using an old hand-carved honey dipper. And just gently press in the center of your cookies to make a little well. And we're going to fill them up with jelly once they're finished baking and they've cooled. Bake your cookies for another 5 minutes. So now just transfer your cookies to a wire rack to cool. And then once they're cool, you can fill the centers up with your favorite jelly. You will want to wipe down and re-grease your cookie sheet before putting more cookies into the oven. For those of you not wanting to handle burning hot half-baked cookies, you can always put your well into the cookie beforehand using a clean thimble. I don't know where my thimble is, so I'll have to make do with it. So if you put the well in the center of your cookies before putting them in the oven, just bake them for 10 minutes. So now you can either store your cookies in an airtight container like this until you are ready to serve them up and jelly them, or you can jelly them now, but you're going to have to store them in a single layer in an airtight container. So there you have Thumbprint cookies. I hope you enjoy them. Did you summon the ghost of Christmas past? I know I did. And it's been quite fun remembering. Every time Feliz Navidad would come on the radio, my sister would crank it up, and we'd dance through the house singing it at the top of our lungs just to annoy our mom. Or the year that my sister decided it was a good idea to wrap my present in 7 layers of various colored wrapping paper and 4 layers of ribbon, not to mention all the layers of tape. I have never worked so hard to unwrap a present, and I don't think I've ever laughed as hard while unwrapping a present as I did that year. Well, I hope you all have a good evening. I will see you all next time. Goodbye.